And that's Robert Sherman reporting live for us. Thank you, Robert. Now let's bring in Ahmad Assed. He is the president of the Islamic Center of New Mexico. Sir, thank you very much for joining us today.
My pleasure, Mitch. It's an honor. Thank you.
Now, the Council on American-Islamic Relations denounced anti-Shia violence. The police have not released a motive necessarily for this, and they've only charged 51-year-old Mohammed Syed with 2 of those 4 homicides. But is that what you're understanding here, is that there is a Sunni versus Shia dynamic involved in these murders?
I don't have that specific understanding with a factual basis. There are, a number of rumors that permeated the community with regards to possible motivation here. But honestly, without any Albuquerque Police Department investigating that theory or furthering the investigation based on that theory, that has not made its way to us. Certainly APD has not shared that information. So while we share CARE's statement in terms of condemning any sort of violence against any particular people of faith, and don't condone any of the actions certainly alleged to have been committed by Mr. Syed, we don't have a factual basis, and at this point, it's a rumor like there are other rumors floating.
Well, how surprised are you, though, that the suspected murderer here is a member of the community? He's a Muslim himself living in Albuquerque.
It's surprising because we don't know much. It's a small knit community, Mitch, here in New Mexico, and in Albuquerque we have 4,500 at maximum numbers of our community in Albuquerque and the surrounding areas. So, it's a closer community, it's a smaller community. I think if there's going to be a surprise, it's because that he's walked among our community. Now, we've never pointed to a particular racial or profiling of any particular perpetrator when these heinous crimes occurred and the investigation began. So I don't think that there is any surprise that it was committed by a particular member of our community. It's just we're taken aback because of the idea that he did not enjoy a reputation for violence to where we would understand more about his background.
Now, I understand that it's not like every Muslim, but this is Albuquerque. It's not that big. You mentioned 4,500 folks, and you are the president for the Islamic Center there. Is this somebody that you knew?
I did not know him on a personal level. We greet each other during prayers and especially in Friday prayer, but there's hundreds of people that attend. So I remember seeing him. I know that he attended the mosque, and so did all 4 victims at various times as well.
I have one more question for you before we go. His family doesn't believe this. They think that this man couldn't possibly have done this, and that's what you would expect family members to say. What is going to be the response from the Muslim community toward his family, who will still probably be going to prayers and other events in your community? How will you handle those folks as this man that is related to them is accused of such heinous crimes?
I'll handle it reasonably and as best as we can. They are members of this community, and if they're innocent, they're treated as such. We believe in our judicial system. He is presumed innocent. We respect the opportunity for him to get due process. While we work with law enforcement, we are steadfast in aiding law enforcement and the prosecuting authorities to proceed forthwith. We will be there to ensure that if he in fact is guilty of these crimes, that he receives punishment to the fullest extent of the law.
All right, that is Ahmad Assed. He is the president of the Islamic Center of New Mexico there in Albuquerque. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mitch.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.